Hello, YouTube. Hello, TikTok. Dun, 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 dun. How is everybody feeling? I do hope you all feel today Venus moved into Capricorn. So Venus was in Sagittarius for the last 3.5 weeks, and we felt very optimistic. Sagittarius, I love Venus in Sagittarius, it's my placement. We felt very optimistic, very I can do it all. Probably we're planning the traveling and all that stuff. And right now, Venus in Capricorn. Good morning, Maria. Venus in Capricorn is more serious. It's more about delivering on what Venus in Sagittarius planned. So Venus in Sagittarius is big dreamer kind of. It plans big. It has big vision. Venus in Capricorn is what steps I need to take to get to that vision, like that. So they're both good. They're just different. So I think everybody feels how different it is today. Like the energy is much heavier, but it's okay. We will get used to it, and for the next 3 weeks, that's what we will be. We will be like that. We will be a little more practical, a little more like looking into what we're doing and how we're doing, about what steps need to take. Not only dream, but also what steps are we going to take to achieve it. So that's about Venus in Capricorn. I hope you're all excited about this. We have a lot of Capricorn energy right now, a lot of Earth energy. So Mercury, Sun, Mars, and Venus all in Capricorn. It is pretty heavy. You might feel it. You feel like you need to do something with your life. It's normal. It's just the season for it. So just take it down, take it easy on yourself. I do energy alignments this week, and I feel it. So it's okay. It's okay. Don't be hard on yourself. So that's about Venus in Capricorn. And now today the subject is amazing. The subject today is, what is your calling? What is your purpose? And I spent some time in in my life to kind of trying to figure out what I'm supposed to do with myself. Like I was doing good at what I was doing in my career, but I knew it was not, like, I wanted to change it. It was not making me happy. So I was looking into something that would make me happy, that would not only give me money, but also will give me some kind of satisfaction, that I would wake up and I would be inspired to do it, instead of just doing it because I have to do it to live. So we're going to discuss that. But before that, we're getting together. I'm going to answer a couple questions from last dialogue. So on Thursday, we had a dialogue about women's roles. My God, I forgot. So women's roles, right? And there were some questions. I want to answer them because I think they would be useful for everybody. So the first question is, how do you keep track of those roles in your mind or in notebook? Maybe in the beginning, I have to be always conscious, and later it will come automatically. Do you plan your day, week, or you plan it when you wake up? So me right now, I don't plan anything. I listen to myself. I'm actually very I listen to my body. But you will start noticing too. My body is very responsive. So for example, right now I'm doing dialogue. I'm in masculine energy, kind of. I'm sitting straight. My posture is straight. I'm giving energy. So I have to be in masculine energy. After this, I probably will go for a run, because I would need to kind of relax a little bit, and then I will have to lay for probably 2 hours. That would be my pleasure, my pleasure. So I will go for a run. This would be my woman part, right? I would take care of myself, and then I would lay. It would be my pleasure. Then in the evening, I probably will go out with the guy. That would be my flirting. So I constantly need to change them. Otherwise, I would feel not good. So if, for example, I will do a dialogue right now, then I will do a consultation, then I will work on some kind of other videos, I will be exhausted. It's too much masculine energy at once. So you kind of need to change it. You need to listen to yourself. The same with the guy. If I'm staying with the guy for too long, like let's, for example, we went on a date and then we just enjoying ourselves and this and this. At one point, you will feel that you need to do something, like you need to move because it's a little too much. Um, and even if you're in a relationship, sometimes you get tired of each other because you feel like you want to do something else. But maybe some stereotypes that, oh, but I need to spend time with the guy. No, the stereotype shouldn't be holding you. So you will feel it like every 2 hours. I think you will feel that you need to switch. You need to change a role. So I don't. For the most part, I don't plan, but I also don't over plan my day. So, for example, I wouldn't be scheduling 4 consultations in the same day. I know I wouldn't be able to do it. I know I wouldn't deliver it perfectly to my clients. So the first two will be strong, and the other two I will be already a little um, like not as energetically strong. So I wouldn't do that. Now I know myself. I know how much I'm capable of. So I know that I'm productive maybe 3 hours a day. That's my maximum. But when those 3 hours, I can do a lot, honestly. So I don't schedule. So I schedule like one or two big things a day, and the rest I know. So I'm pretty, like, my days are pretty set. So I either go to the gym, or I go to walk on the beach, or I meet with some friends. I have lunch with somebody. I meet with the guys sometimes. So like this, I know my schedule, but I never expect too much. Like I wouldn't expect myself to be in pleasure all day. I know I will get bored. So I wouldn't expect like 8 hours just to lay on the bed. I know that I would need to have something to do. So I listen to myself. I don't really. The best way to kind of to be in the right roles is to listen to your body. Your body will tell you. So, for example, if you feel like you're a little anxious, exhausted, that means you don't have enough pleasure. So sit on the couch or lay on the couch and just start feeling pleasure. Focus on your second chakra, on your womb. Now, if, for example, I'm with the guy and I know that I'm already, like, he start irritating me, that means that time for flirting is over. I have to go and do something. Like I know you probably all know that too. Yeah, the only thing that I make sure is I don't overschedule my days. Like I used to tell you that I used to go on 4 dates a date. I'm not in that age anymore, and I don't do that. It's very exhausting. The energy just goes away. So I don't overschedule and overplan my days. If I'm up to, like, if it's around full moon, there's a lot of energy, so I can do a lot. I don't mind to do a lot, but I don't overschedule and I don't expect myself to do much. And honestly, the less I expect of myself, the more I do. So those 2 hours of masculine energy, I'm super productive and I do more that I probably would do if I would be somewhere at work for 8 hours, honestly. And I noticed that even when I was working. So I knew in my mind, okay, I'm productive for like this time, and the rest I'm just wasting time here, basically. Earning my paycheck, so to say. But the bonuses I'm making in those 2 hours. So like that, you will notice. If you will be conscious about the roles, you will start noticing it. It's that easy. Okay, so that's that. And the second one is about men. So when you mentioned about men that we only have to flirt with them, does it mean we cannot have intellectual conversations with them? Nothing about health, life, or politics? No, we could not, and we should not. It's like when you have a boss, right? Do you discuss with your boss everything? I mean, there is some kind of subordination, right? You wouldn't want to discuss with your boss your diet, right? So the more there is subordination, the more the boss respects you, the more you respect him, the more it's professional. So the same with men. Keep it in that role. So it's only about flirting. I understand if I live with the man, if I'm with him for some time, I mean, there are topics that have to be raised. Obviously, we live together, so there is, we need to talk about our living arrangements, about this, about that, about buying new furniture. But it shouldn't be taking more than maybe 20% of the time that you're spending with the man. So, and it should kind of be turned into flirting somehow. Now, there is, so, like, for example, you're flirting with the man, and then you find out that he's a Democrat and you're a Republican, or vice versa. Now what? You're going to drop the guy just because he's on the other side of the political barricade? I mean, it doesn't make no sense. He's not for that role. Now, health, life, interest. For that, you should have friends that share the same interest. Like we here, we get together to talk about femininity, to talk about feminine energy. But why would you talk about this to a guy? You wouldn't, right? You like with the guy, you talk about other stuff that concerns him and you. But anything else, you can find other people. If you need to talk to the guy about things that interest you, that means you're not looking for a guy, you're looking for a friend, and you're trying to ensure that the man that's next to you, he's your friend, he's your mom that gives you love, he's your father that gives you security, he's your girlfriend that gives you that goes out with you. It's not. Then at one point you will be too comfortable with him. You will be so comfortable that you will get bored with him. You will look for that excitement when when you didn't know him too well, and you kind of you try to watch what you say, and you were like very very cautious. You were walking on clouds. You were like, you didn't want to talk much. You just wanted to smile. You would be looking for this excitement, but with the person that you're doing everything together, you will not find that excitement. So then from this question, there is another one. I would love to hear more and your examples of how you do it. It will be such a different approach of dating for me then, I guess. I wasn't taking it too seriously when you were saying it before. I wasn't taking it too serious. It's hard to imagine only flirting. Maybe a man will think that there's nothing to talk about. Okay, most of the time we talk because we're uncomfortable in our own body. So we're so unsure about ourselves that we try to fill up this quietness with this emptiness with some kind of talk. Also, if somebody could not sit at home in quietness and always need constantly some kind of music, some kind of entertainment, that's also a part of it, right? So if you are like that, if you constantly need to chat, then the issue is not in the guy, the issue is in you, honestly. Now, what about me? My example. I will tell you. My example is actually opposite. I'm too much. I'm too flirty, so to say. I had issues to keep it professional because I'm so. I'm not like indecently flirty, but I always see in man first a man, then I see a professional. So when I was younger, I could understand why every man um, is not professional with me, kind of. So I would go to the accountant, and then he will start making some kind of suggestions, like maybe we can have lunch together. And I couldn't understand. I came here to do my taxes. Why are you talking to me about lunch? Because I projected this. I always was a little smiley, a little this, a little that. So I was unconsciously flirting more than than I should have, so to say. And at one point, I was embarrassed about it. Like I knew that I always see men first before a professional, and I was even a little like I was even strict on myself. I would not even allow myself to talk too much to men because I was afraid that I will spoil it. So, for example, at one of my jobs, I was in a really good mood. So I get a client, and I was really friendly with him. That's what I thought. I was friendly. He complained about me, that I was flirting with him, which was shocking because I always was like this, always was nice and smiling and everything. And that was my turning point. I understand that me being nice and smiley and flirty is a little like it could get me in trouble, even though it was not like a super important job. It was not like yet my career, but still, I at that it was like the switch. So I was very very cautious. Like if I would talk to a couple, I would mostly talk to the woman, so to make sure that there was no there was no even a thought that I might be talking to the guy or might be flirting. Like I was watching myself. So that's my issue. My issue is not. My issue was not the problem to flirt. I actually always flirt, always. For me, it's much easier, and I was embarrassed about it until I start learning systematic approach, tantra, energy, the relationship exchange kind of energy, and I understand that I was right. It just I couldn't differentiate it. So it was right that I was approaching man as man from start, but I should have kind of kept the roles. So if I came to talk to the accountant, I should first discuss my accounting issues, and then I can talk to him. I can flirt with him because again, These are the roles. His role is as an accountant first. He's not my potential boyfriend at this moment when I came to him for an accounting issues. So I start opening up myself back to kind of to men. And I became again my lightest self, but not as flirty anymore. I do flirt, but my flirtiness right now is more calmer. So I can sit and just smile, and the guy is well satisfied because the energy is mostly inside. We projected the energy from the outside, from the inside. Now, the person who asked me this question, I know her issue. She's energy of air. Energy of air is very much in their head. So they have these ideas, they discuss, they always kind of brainstorming something. It's hard for them to be in the body and think about something else, like something material, something pleasurable, instead of something that needs to be discussed. Like there is global warming, and we're here talking about pleasure. Like, what are you talking about? Let's discuss global warming. I know a lot of people like this, and I know their issue. They're too much in their head. Sometimes they need to kind of come down a little bit to their body and start to feel. Men don't mind intellectual women, but they don't see a woman that they want to spoil in an intellectual woman. Yeah, they will respect and they will admire, obviously, but still they want a woman to kind of be with, to spoil, to provide, to care for. So that's the issue. So with every man, we should flirt first. The connection with the man should be sexual always, especially if it's your man. If he's your man, if he's your boyfriend, husband, if he's your potential boyfriend, remember, this is first thing. Like, even if you will go back to your relationship and you will see, like, when your relationship starts and you're like all giddy and you're like, you have these butterflies, that's all you talk with the guy. You just look at him and you're like melting, and it's a good feeling. He feels the same. It's just amazing feeling. And then you guys start discussing problems, work-related issues, problems with the health, problems with the economy, with the whatever presence, whatever else, the wars, the whatever going on, and the mood just drops. Like, it's everything. Like why did we even spoil it? We were good, and then we start talking about other stuff, and it went downhill for both, like for both parties. So keep it light, even if you have to discuss something, even if you need to buy a new couch, then keep it light. Like, you can say something like, I think we need a new couch. I think we need a bigger couch so we can be very comfortable spending evenings on it, kind of like that. So it all has to be a little bit. It's not because, oh my god, this couch is so old, it smells or whatever. I don't know what could be old. Like, it has to be light. Even any discussions should be light. Yeah, so like that. So I answered those questions. And since I answered those questions, I wanted, okay, so let's go to the subject, and then I will talk about something else, something interesting. I hope it makes sense, though. So don't think that if you will be flirting, that you will be taken not serious. It's not true. It's not true. I was working in very serious positions with very serious people. Nobody ever like took me non-serious just because I'm flirting. Again, I was watching myself. That's true. But I could like, people, they feel it. They feel the energy. Yeah, I could flirt, but I could be serious too. I can watch my back. It's not like you can't take just advantage of me just because I'm flirting. So, and man, they wouldn't mind to keep me this light. So they would basically do anything to keep me in this kind of light attitude. Okay, so to the subject. So the subject is, what is your calling? I decided to do this dialogue about the calling, about the purpose in life, because I got a question like this, like couple weeks back. Now, why I decided to do this is because I spent many years myself also looking for it. I remember, like, maybe 7, 8 years ago, everybody was talking about how to find your calling, how to find a purpose, and I was like, my God, everybody's looking for purpose. How come I'm not looking for anything? I have to find, especially because I knew I couldn't be long in my job, at my career. I knew that I was already burdened by it. I was good at it, but I was burdened by it. So I knew I have to find something. I just didn't know what it was. So I did a lot of master classes. I went through like mentorships and everything. I was trying to find, and they were helping me. Honestly, they were, but it was all very temporarily, because because they were like, we were looking for what I'm good at, not what I enjoyed, kind of. And I will get back to this, um, so it took me some time, and I finally found what it is, and I was able to kind of monetize it and to become proficient at it. Now, why is what is like to find your calling is especially important for women, because we're women. We're supposed to be in pleasure. We only can contribute to the society when we're in pleasure, when we really enjoy what we're doing. Remember, if men are driven by the masculine energy, not only man, is driven only by success, by accomplishment, by achievements, we're driven by pleasure. So if we're not receiving pleasure about something, we're not going to deliver it good. We're not going to be able to, like um, to to put the message across, right? If I would not enjoy doing these dialogues, they probably would be pretty boring. I mean, I could read the lecture, but if I would not have my heart and soul in it, it probably wouldn't sound that good and so inspiring, especially because I send the energy as well. So um, now, how to find out what gives you pleasure? Right now, we are all grown up. I mean, I think everybody who listens to me are grown up. So we already have a lot of layers of social standards, social expectations, of beliefs that were projected out by our parents, by our teachers, by our mentors, by everybody. So we sometimes we don't know what we enjoy in somewhere deep inside of us. We're like it's hard to find that what we were enjoying. So I would advise everybody to look in their childhood. Why in childhood? Because in childhood we don't have yet all those layers, and we're doing what is natural to us. So look into the childhood um, when you were very, very young, probably like maybe 4 or 5 years old, as young as you can, and find out what mesmerized you, what drew your attention. So it wasn't what you were good at, it would draw your attention. Like, for example, I was good at studying. I always was. I mean, I was a good child like that. I always was good at learning languages. And I will tell you how I became good at learning languages. My father said that. He said that I will be good at learning languages. So I believed him. I started learning German when I was like 6 or 7. Then I started learning Russian and Ukrainian. I obviously spoke those my native languages. Then I started learning English, then Spanish, then Arabic when I was doing my master's here. So I was always good at languages. Yes, I was. But did something that did excite me? No, it was not. It was my accomplishment that kind of gave me like certain satisfaction. But that's basically it. It didn't excite me. What excited me though was something mysterious. I always felt like there is some kind of connection, like there must be some connection with physical world and non-physical world. At that time I didn't know that there is energy, there is this and this. I was just feeling that there might be something more. I had this feeling all the time about me. But my parents are all energy of air, both of them, and they were educated people, so they obviously not, so to say, they did not believe in it. They almost ridicule it, right? So they weren't even religious. Just imagine I would talk to them about magic. They were they probably thought I was a little, and they probably did thought like that. I was hiding most of my what I was interested in, but they probably were kind of catching up with me, and they just let it be, because I was a good child. I always was. I studied good. I never caused problems. But I always was interested in some kind of some world behind the world that we're the person in, right? And I don't know. It just every time I would see in the newspaper some kind of article, I was interested in like do this ritual, do that, do this, connect to your ancestors through some stuff, and I would collect all that stuff. I would collect, and I would kind of um, I would reread it. I would try to make sense out of it. So I never just blindly believed in anything. I would just try to kind of make some kind of sense, because I'm very analytical like that. But I know that there is more than just the physical world. So then when I was like, I think 9 or 10, I watch a movie, Practical Magic. Maybe you also watch it. It's with Nicole Kidman and Sandra Bullock. I really like that movie, and I thought that that's it. I have to be a witch, kind of. So I got myself like a notebook. It's not this one, obviously, and I started writing down. I wanted this the notebook that they had, their aunts had, like this beautiful, and I would put flowers in there and everything like this, the same way. And I started collecting more and more of this different rituals. Obviously, I was not doing nothing, but I always felt like my energy was too strong. It was. I had a particular dreams always repeating. They were always like a precaution to something. I always knew if I have see this in a dream, that's what will happen. They were the same dreams. They would repeat over and over again. So I stopped with that. Thanks God. After I started working on energy, the dream stopped. So because I learned how to channel the energy, kind of. Also, when I was 14, I found out that when I was little, I was very sick, and my father, he had to find this healer that was basically hiding somewhere, because at that time in my country it was not allowed, obviously, and the healer said that I'm powerful, and I will survive this, and if I will survive that, I will be very strong. So something like that. So when I found out this late, I found out this when I was 14 or 15 from my grandmother. But again, my parents didn't really pay attention much to that. What I want to say, that after that, I kind of started to study. I was a teenager, then I went to university, then I moved to United States. I went to university here. I had my business. I mean, I did a lot of things, right? I came back to these beliefs only when I was in my 30s. And only when I realized that something is just not right. Like I do everything I can in this physical world, and it just doesn't make me happiness. Doesn't bring me no wealth, no happiness in relationship. Like what's going on? Like something is off. So I already told you this story that somebody told me, why don't you do this energy work with the lady, and that they did for her also. And I'm like, whatever, that's fine. I was desperate, kind of. And she did energy alignment for me, what I do for my clients every month right now. And she did, and I was shocked. What I couldn't understand is how a person who never saw me, never spoke to me, only saw my picture, only knows my name, can influence my aura. So I started getting into this more and more and more. I was interested in it, and that's how I got into energy. But I also understand that working only with energy was not enough. So that's how I got into NLP, because I'm analytical. I could not just work with my energy and hope for the better. I knew that there must be something with my that my mind needs to be changed as well. So I started working with my mind as well. That's NLP. Now another thing that interests me when I was little is oh my God, I can't believe I'm telling you, but I wanted to open a brothel. I don't know why. Like, it was crazy. I mean, I was very little. I never really was interested in guys like that, but I always thought that women should use their power. I don't know where it was coming from. My parents are like very absolutely like strict and everything, but I had this. So when I started working with studying energy and then NLP, neuro linguistic programming, I also started working starting with feminine energy, studying it. I got even deeper into tantra, and I connected all this together. So everything that I liked when I was little, I connected it together. But you see, I pulled up something that I enjoyed, that would draw my attention. It was not something that I was good at. I was good at many things. I was good at math. I finished school with a medal, so I was good at almost every single subject. I was not good at drawing, but for the most part, chemistry, physics, math, I was really good at literature also. I love literature, history. I love history. So I was always good with that. I was always taking like prizes in the Olympics, like school Olympics. I was good at languages. I mean, I was good at many things, but those things were not bringing me satisfaction, kind of. That's what happened in my life, in my grown-up life. When I didn't know what to do with myself in my 20s, what did I do? I did what I do good. I went to school again. I decided I will get my master's and then I will see what will happen. So, but it didn't brought me nowhere. Yeah, I got my master's, but it didn't brought me nowhere because it didn't give me pleasure. I was just good at it. And I hope it will open your eyes that sometimes what we're good at doesn't mean that we're that's what we should do. Because why I was good at studying? Because it brought me my parents' love, kind of like that. My parents were always praising me how good I am with my studying, how good I am with reading books and everything. I was I was kind of earning their love through being good like that. And probably what you doing good, you did this for the same reason. So so like, but it doesn't make you happy, it makes your parents happy, kind of makes you a slave to your desire to earning the love of your parents. So the same was what I did. So yes, I got my master's. Yeah, I was happy. Yes, my mom was proud of me, but did it brought me anything? No. When I started studying Reiki and NLP, was my mom happy? No, she was not happy, obviously. I just dropped all my career, my masters, everything I studied for, everything I worked for, on what? To work with energy. I mean, just imagine how it made my mom feel. But it didn't matter, because it what made me excited was I could bring to the world. It's my contribution to kind of to the world. So um so that's my story. I don't like to to tell my stories like this, but I hope it inspired you. So let's talk about other story, and then I will tell you the steps, what steps you need to take. So I had a friend. She was she has a lot of cancer planets, so she's very caring, kind of. One time we found, so it was like summer break, and but we were like in school. I don't know for what, so I'm not sure what we were doing there. But we found this duck. It was a small duck, and it had a broken leg, so it was basically dying. I don't know why it was there, but we found it, and she just couldn't give up on that duck. So she always liked animals. I should say that she always liked animals, and she didn't just like animals for them to be. She liked to kind of care for them. She would care for them more than to for anybody else, right? So she took the dog and she dragged me and the dog to like we had a school nurse or whoever she was, and she came and she like, we need to save this dog. What's wrong with him? So the nurse tell that his leg is broken. So she said, well, can you help the dog? Can we do something? And the nurse was looking at us like, like that dog has little to live. So she's like, I don't think I can help this dog. I can like give you something if you want. So she gave us these bandages, light bandages, and something else. I don't remember. So, anyways, I think iodine to kind of to make sure that there is um, no inflammation. So we took the duck, we carried it on like in the special clothes. I think she took her scarf, and so she was healing the duck. She was she put like a little wood stick, and she band-aid her the leg, and then she brought some food, and she was trying to feed the duck. I swear that duck, I felt sorry for the duck, and I felt sorry for myself that I was over there and witnessing that. So long story short, the duck died. But I felt sorry, very sorry. I felt like crying. She felt accomplished. She felt like she did everything she could for this duck. Like I think the duck died earlier because she was trying so hard. We were little, so don't judge us hard. The thing is that I told her, let's just leave him alone. Let's take him home, to your home or to my home, and just let him live. He will heal. Even then, I knew that the any kind of creature is enough to heal, that you don't need to do all this kind of work. But her calling was different. Her calling was to do everything in her power to make sure that everything is accomplished, that this whatever it is accomplished. So what happened, the dog died, and we had to bury him. She just made this whole like a spectacle out of it, but she was serious. It was not like she was joking. But we had to dig like a little. So anyways, we even put a little cross. So long story short, she became a teacher as her parents wanted. And after she was teaching and teaching and teaching, and she understood it's not hers. She actually went and she studied to become a veterinarian, and she became one. So I want to say that, you see, she went against her parents and into her calling, kind of. She found out what her calling was. She was stronger than me. She did it before I was, but I also was a little strict on myself. So that was the story. Now, so what are the steps, right? So how did I get to where I got? Obviously, it wasn't like a one day thing. So the steps that you need to take, there were a lot of things that I did, honestly. First of all, you need to be in a good state. You need to kind of decide for yourself. Okay, That's it. I could not do this no more. I need to find what I'm good at. I need to find. I could not be going with what is the current fashion, that if everybody is a blogger, I have to be a blogger. No. Like, as you see, I got on YouTube very late. I could have got on YouTube like 4 years ago. And who knows what will happen then, but I didn't, because I was not ready for that. And I'm not like your typical blogger. I could not like, it's not me, honestly. I like to do these dialogues. I enjoy answering questions. I enjoy all this, but I'm not very public person, so to say. Now, but I knew that I have to change. So this was in my mind. I put in my mind, I have to change. I know that something in my life has to change somehow. And I accepted it. Like, it was for me to accept. I was not fighting. I was fighting myself for a while, but once I accepted it, that's when the changes start to come. So I accepted that I have to change, where I am and what I'm doing right now, that I have to come, like, I have to find what is it that I want to do in life for the rest of the life, because I couldn't see myself being in finance for another 20, 30 years. Then you need to relax yourself. It took me probably 2 months. I was just relaxing, and I knew that the answer will come. I knew at that time I was working with mentors, and I was like, okay, so at one point I will, and they were telling me that it will come. So you also need to remove all have to, like, everything that, oh, I have to do this, or I have to work, and I have to save money for the house, or I have to do this, I have to do this. Need to be removed. Also, I have to do TikTok, because people make money on TikTok. I need to do TikTok for that too. Also have to remove. If you do something because you have to for a particular reason, that's already wrong. You're starting wrong. You will burn out. Like, you will burn out fast, and you won't be able to continue. So, like, for example, if I would be interested personally in energy, in NLP, in working with my mind, with my energy, with my femininity, how long will I last? I mean, honestly, how long? So, okay, 1, 2 years, and then what? And then I will be just done with it. So I truly need to be interested in that. Like, and you have to be truly, it has to interest you first of all. So if you are like a blogger type kind of person, go for TikTok, go for YouTube, go for something else. Do like this women's circle. Don't forget to invite me as a speaker, though. But do it if you like it. If you like publicity, if you know that you would do it regardless, then do it. And start remember. So while you relax, while you allow yourself this time, or while you tell yourself that I'm going to find out what is my calling, you need to start remembering your childhood. I know from myself, and I know from a lot of my clients, a lot of my friends, a lot of people that I knew before. Often our mind blocks our childhood. Some people don't remember themselves till they were like 10 years old. Why? Because our childhood carries a lot of, you would say, maybe traumas, not traumas, but it's when our blocks of our life were put in, and sometimes we remember only what is important, and we think that the others are not important. So try to remember that. When you will relax, you will see your mind will start opening up. Your mind doesn't allow you to remember your childhood because it protects you. When you will allow yourself to accept anything, it will start opening up. You will see. So if it's very hard for you, look at your childhood pictures. It works like a charm. It worked like a charm for me. So for somebody I also worked with, she also did this. She got a lot of pictures. I don't have much here, but she got a lot. So once you start looking at the pictures, it's like your mind will be returning to those places, to that environment, and you will start remembering little by little. You won't remember it once in one day, but like 2, 3 weeks, you will be able to. You can also ask your parents. Usually, like my parents were like, they really didn't care, but some parents, they do remember everything. The first time you fell down, the first time you ate a carrot, the first time you did this and this, so they would remember everything. If you are like okay to share it with your parents, ask them, ask your mom, what did give me pleasure when I was little? What do you think? What I enjoyed the most? Um, so another step is look where your moon is. I already had a dialogue about moon and Venus. I want you to look what your moon is. Your moon is your soul. Your calling, especially for women, is what your soul wants, kind of like this. For example, my moon is in Pisces. Pisces is ruled by Neptune. Neptune is very kind of in some other world, right? That's why I was always drawn to some kind of, okay, there must be something bigger than this physical world. There must be something more interesting. There must be something more than what what I think it is right now, kind of like that. So see where your moon is. Now, if your moon is, for example, in Leo, like my sister's moon is in Leo, moon in Leo needs recognition. So probably in childhood you felt really good when somebody would tell you, "Oh, you look so amazing," or "You sing so nice," or "You dance so good," like that. You probably are the person that would be good in public, or maybe would be good singer, dancer, something like that. Something that would praise your ego, that would kind of, you would get recognition for what you are, for your for your looks, for your talents, something like that. Like me, I really don't much, like, yeah, I'm like, I appreciate the recognition, but I'm more appreciating when you sending me questions. I'm more appreciative that you're interested in the subject than you're praising me, kind of like that, you see. So that's the difference. So if it's, for example, you have moon in Libra. Moon in Libra is more like, you like to connect with people. You like when everybody is cool. So you would be good connecting some kind of events. Maybe making, also Libras are very aesthetically pleasing. So maybe you would like to be like a decorator, or maybe organize parties. That would be amazing. So, and probably in childhood you did it. Maybe you were making maybe you had your like a set for your Barbie dolls, and you just making tea, kind of organizing. So look in your moon. Your moon for a woman, that's where your calling is, what you're good at, kind of. And the last one is, ask yourself, what would you do when you're in your resourceful state? I particularly don't say what would you do when you have all the money in the world. I particularly say when you're in resourceful state, because some people have a lot of money and they still don't know what they want to do. Like they are lost because this is not their resourceful state. So, for example, for me, resourceful state would be, well, I have different resourceful states, but one of them, if I would have um, like, let's imagine I have $100 million, right? So I'm set. My security is set for good, let's say. Would I do the same thing? Um, yes, I probably would. I don't say probably, I would. I probably would drop energy alignment because it takes a lot of work and a lot of energy, and it's hard work. I so while you have a chance, use it. But I would probably drop energy lamp. I am honest with you. But I would make candles because I think it's an amazing tool for everybody. I still would be doing consultations because I like when people are growing, and I appreciate my mentors that help me to grow. So I don't mind to help others to grow. And I would be doing dialogues because I think it's good when when more women kind of become feminine and draw power from their femininity. So I still would do all this. Now, what would be your resourceful state? So maybe your resourceful state when you're married and have 3 kids. What would you do that? So you're like set. You did your task for life. You know, like some people think that that's the kind of, they need to have a husband and couple kids and then they're good. What would you do then? So you did your already like your main goal in life. You good. You happy. Now, what would you do? What would bring you pleasure, kind of? What would, maybe you will open a flower shop if you are like Taurus, for example, right? Moon, you would probably want to be surrounded by some beautiful kind of flowers. So what would you, like, find your resourceful state, and then from that resourceful state decide what would you do. What would you do? What would make you happy the most out of the state when you're already satisfied, when you're already super happy? What would be that? Like that. Okay, I was talking, and then Moon in Virgo. Moon in Virgo is uh, very focused on details. Moon in Virgo could be a very good accountant or bookkeeper or a planner. Oh my God, the planners are amazing. They could be so good because they're so diligent. There was something in your childhood when you really like maybe organizing stuff. Um, Even a good stylist would be, oh my God. Moon in Virgo would be an excellent stylist. So stuff like that. I will answer that. I appreciate it, dear. You have helped me so much, Tiffany. Thank you. That's so nice to hear. I was in banking and then I was guided to start my business, and now I'm being guided to teach on alignment, and I'm just taking it slowly. I would really love to learn energy. Listen, you should. The thing is that calling and learning something is not the same. Like, I learn a lot of things. I love history a lot. I always, like, if you if I have free time, I'm reading something historical. Like, I love it so much. But that's not. I wouldn't say it's my calling, because when I was little, I was not fascinated by history. I was fascinated by something. So I would be good with history, but I wouldn't be like all involved. You see, with what I'm doing now, I'm all involved. I'm doing whatever I'm telling you to do. I'm doing the same. So I'm all in. Like I do energy alignments always for myself. I do that. I have a candle myself, and I sit and I burn that candle every single day. Well, almost every single day. I do the same exercise that I give you. I mean, I work with my mind as I work with yours. I work with my energy as I work with yours. So I do the same things. I'm involved. Like, I'm not just teaching you something that I heard. I am really seriously involved in it, and this is something that you can really contribute because you're involved in that. Um, uh, Ask the questions. I will answer them, but let me talk to you about something else. Because I promise. So, and something that I will talk to you is the movie Breakfast at Tiffany. I hope you watch it. It's with Audrey Hepburn. Yes, so somebody told me, "Can you watch this movie and tell me what you think about it?" So I watched it before, so I rewatched it just for this dialogue. So this is this is what it is. In so in this movie, Breakfast at Tiffany, it is actually, we can see how the feminine power is inspires the masculinity, right? So this woman, Holly, she was kind of in her own world of emotions and pleasures. Those emotions were not always good. They were sometimes very heavy, right? From what we see, but yet they were. So she lived her life, she lived her emotions, and she was just kind of present in herself, present in her body, even though it was not very, very clean. Now she's meeting this guy that is with a woman that is super secure, that's kind of supporting him. So she's meeting him, and he is enamored by her. He's so much into her because she gives him what he doesn't have. She gives him this fountain of emotions. Sometimes they're good, sometimes they are not, and she's very faithful to herself. So when she feels like, she comes to his place and she just lays down, she sleeps with him. When she doesn't feel like talking, she tells him, "Listen, I'm not, I'm not in the mood to talk." So basically, she's like faithful like that to herself, and he's inspired by her. He's drawn to her. So and then in this emotions, this kind of inconsistency actually forced him to write. He was inspired to write. He was inspired because he thought that he would want to become this man that will contribute to her life, that can bring something to her life. Yeah, she was very wounded and everything. In the movie it's a little different, but what I want to say is that's usually in life the same. Men are drawn to women that are in their emotions, in their pleasure, in their life, that are not clingy, but they know what they want, they know how to go about, that are vulnerable, and yet not that they are not afraid of their vulnerability. And man, they do want them. Like, he loved that woman that was creating a very like beautiful life for him, because he was not helpful to her. He will be masculine and helpful to this lost kind of feminine woman, call it, right? So based on this movie, you can kind of learn a little bit how to be like, don't be like her. I mean, she was very lost. She was very lost in her emotions, but her vulnerability and her emotions made her this damsel in distress that pushed him to become more masculine. He became more masculine for her. If it wasn't up to her, I don't know whether he will write the book or not, whether he would even want to better off himself. He could have been just Just who was here, Gigolo, like the guy who lives off like a wealthy woman. I mean, nothing wrong with that either. But what I want to say that her femininity, her vulnerability, opened up in him his masculinity. That's what I want to say. That don't be obviously like her, but be somewhat like her. Don't be afraid to be vulnerable, and don't be afraid of your feelings, and follow your feelings, not his feelings. Like, do what you feel, what is right for you, what is, like, follow your um, do what gives you pleasure, so to say, about that movie. So I do encourage everybody to watch. Now, also, I glanced at her chart, at Audrey Hepburn chart. Now, she has much more feminine planets. She does have still masculine planets, but she has much more feminine planets. And I guess you can see that she's more feminine. You can kind of sense it. But she does have some masculine planets. Okay, back to your questions. Moon and Cancer. Moon in Cancer is very homey. You probably like to cook. You like to create. You would be a perfect wife. You don't need to. Your calling would be a good wife. Yeah. You can make pies. So something connected to the house, to the comfort of the house, to the coziness of the house, to like bonding people, but not like Libra. Libra, you just want everybody to be happy and friendly. Cancer is more about feeding people, about making sure they're comfortable, making sure that they have everything they need. So something like that. Babysitter, maybe like a school for like kindergarten, pre-K, maybe even having at home, something like that. I'm not sure. There must be something in childhood that you liked, connecting to this, something like that. Tell me whether I'm right. I think I have the same moment like that. Yeah, everybody does. So usually this moment happens after 30. So around 30 years old, we have our Saturn return. Everybody, not only. So usually this is what happened. Until 30 years old, we're learning. And then our Saturn returns. So Saturn returns every 30 years. After Saturn return, I will answer. Hold on a second. So after Saturn return, it's like whatever you learned, you have to kind of put it to the test, and then that's when people start, like around 30 years old, they start, and after a couple of years, they start like becoming anxious. They don't know what to do with themselves. Like they're lost. They are lost because now they're supposed to get into their grown up life, and they feel sometimes like I'm not sure what to do with myself. So that happens, and yes, it usually happens in like around after 30. So if they continue doing what they're doing and it's not their calling, they start becoming anxious, like why I'm doing this, like what, like it doesn't give me nothing, and that's what happens. So I think that it's my moment. That's exactly the moment. I'm not sure what I would do if I would have opportunity not to do nothing at all. I like the advice about the childhood memories. Yeah, yeah. Honestly, this question is from my sister, and to tell you the truth, I feel ashamed. She's my younger sister. I don't even know what she liked, because she was pushed into ballet since she was little. She became a ballerina, and she was studying in a special ballet school in another city since she was little. So I don't even know what she liked. I mean, so I think you will have to kind of find out it on your own. What was your interest like that? But yeah, look at your childhood pictures. See what you will like. Everybody need like to. I remember I used to collect herbs. I used to like. I always thought that there is some power in herbs. I used to wash my hair with herbs. With like with special roots. I would read about it, and I would do it. I was not drinking many herbs at the time I was little, but my mom was not against me washing my hair with special herbs and whatever not. So I was doing a lot of things like that. I was always interested in something that was not traditional, something that's not physical, like as we see it right now. Yeah, you see, this is what happened when children are kind of uh, kind of kind of pushed. But don't take it wrong. Children are pushed only when they're ready. So, like my sister, she goes, "You have Leo moon and Leo rising. You like the scene. You like to be on the spotlight. I think you enjoying it. So I think the ballet was a good career for me. It probably would not. I don't even imagine myself to be on the over there and dancing in front of a whole bunch of people. Um, I'm double trouble, Libra rising, Cancer moon. So you definitely you born to like you bound to bond people. You have to. You like you must. Why don't you organize events? You can organize one for me if you want. No, but something you would be perfect at organizing, connecting people. That would be amazing. Um, Organizing like some kind of parties. There must be something in your childhood. There must be something that you liked. Maybe you like helping your mom to kind of set the table or something. I'm not sure. Maybe you like to decorate the Christmas trees. You can be a decorator for all this. There must be something. Like connect people, make sure people are happy. Oh, that would be something. Tiffany, I think it's my Saturn return is near. Yes, it is. You're 29. It is very, very near. um, yeah, yeah. This is a great topic. This is a great topic because when I was thinking about this myself, it seems like everybody is just so easy jumped on their calling. The funny thing is that all those that jumped on their calling, they're out of that already. Like it seems like they're changing callings all the time. What I want to say is, why is it important to make sure that it's your calling and not something? So let's imagine I have a lot of money. I don't have to work. Not like, and I would just go with what I'm good at. So let's imagine I'm good at I don't know. Let's imagine I'm good at organizing like events. So I would organize one event, second event, and then I will just burn out because it's not me. It doesn't give me pleasure. Yeah, I could be good at it. Let's imagine, right? But it won't be. So I will organize one event, second event. I will position myself to people as event planner, and then in half a year, I'm like, okay, I'm done with event planning. What else can I do? Let me be something else. Let me be um, a dog walker or something. So what I want to say, it's important to find your calling because so you wouldn't waste your time and position yourself wrong. Otherwise, you will burn out every single time. Like I know this girl here in Miami. She came from New York as well as me at the same time. So 3 years here, right? My God, she already changed so many careers. She's energy affair. She's like lost. I was talking to her like a month ago, and she keeps like, and her career is different. So she was cleaning teeth to dogs at one point, and then she completely switched. She became like a personal assistant to some big blogger. Then like, and she's changing every single time, and I'm like she's obviously lost, and she's not only changing the job, she's also changing, like moving around all the time, like coming back to Miami on and on again. So what I want to say is why she's changing like this, because she's burning out. It's not really what she wants to do. She goes, I don't know for what, maybe she's just interested in goals. Some people go for the money, so they think, okay, that's where the money are, let me go for it. Like I was talking to the guy the other day, he was considering to work with me. That's funny. So he's the same. He wants to become an accountant. So he's an immigrant. So he wants to become an accountant because he believes it's good money. And I told him accounting is very tedious work. I mean, you really need to enjoy to be with numbers and to, especially for him. I don't see no accounting kind of. I didn't tell that to him, but I don't see it. I don't see him to be accountant. But he goes there because for the money. Okay, he's a guy, so he probably will be able to last for a little longer because men, they're like this. They like to accomplish things. But how long? I mean, at one point he will burn out, and then what? 5 years of degree, the same as my degree. Yeah, I'm happy I have it, but what I know I used. So basically like that. The calling is important, especially for us ladies, because we contribute to the society through pleasure. We could not contribute. We could not contribute. We won't be as good contributors if we will do it through our masculinity. Like okay, so let me be. I don't know. Let me work in finances again. Who knows? Maybe I will maybe I'll do better. Yeah, I will do good, but it won't be. I wouldn't contribute as much as I would contribute as what I'm doing right now. So, and I hope you all will see that. So to sum it up, basically, let's just go over the steps again really fast. So you need to find the calling for sure. Do it now, or do it in 5 years, or do it in 10 years, but you need to find. Otherwise, you will be at one point, you will be like lost and depressed, and you'll be like, you know how they say there is a midlife crisis. That's basically it. You'll be like, what now what? We don't have enough energy. I don't know what to do. I can't go to work again and again and again, like what to do with myself. So you need to find it. You need to find the calling. When you find your purpose in life, you will be excited to live, excited to do something, excited to kind of like to work hard, because it's obviously, it takes effort. It's not as easy as well, but at least you will be excited about it. Also, it has to be your purpose, because you need to be involved in it. You have to love it. You need to like don't become a dog teeth cleaner if you never had a dog and you really never cared about the dogs and their teeth like that. So don't betray yourself, so to say. So the steps to take: be in good state, like really, like accept. That's it. I'm working this job, but that's not what I'm going to do. I need to find my calling, and I'm going to find it. Accept it as it is. Well, once you accept it, it will be much smoother. My problem was, for a long time I didn't allow myself to accept it. I was like, no, but I have a nice career. I just graduated. I have my master's. I can do so much better. My career just started like picking up. So I didn't allow myself for a long time to even think that I might drop everything that I was working so hard for and just go into doing what right now. At one point I was thinking that I should sell herbs, and I actually have a client when I was doing finance that was doing it. She was from the Caribbean, somewhere in the Caribbean. So she would go there. They would collect some pills for blood pressure. So they were not collecting; they were collecting herbs. Then they were making them in pills, and they were packaging them, and she was selling them. And she was making really good money. And I was like, how could she make money on this? She was making money. Why she was making good money? Because she was interested in that. And the money will come in easily for her. So I was also thinking about the herbs, because I was always into herbs and oils and all this stuff. So this was my issue. I couldn't allow myself to leave my kind of my set career and go into nowhere in the like just go into what. So allow yourself, tell yourself, I will give myself as much time as I need, but ultimately I need to change. I know that I need to change. So give yourself a year, let's say a year and a half, the most. That's it. You don't need more. Then relax yourself and know that it will come to you. Know that you will be able to find a calling. Remove all the must have to. It is the good place to be right now. Everybody is buying, like 3 years ago, everybody was getting real estate license because it was such a profitable kind of. I think I'm the only one who never went for it, because I knew I'm not going to do it. So don't go because it's current fashion. Go with something that you truly that you enjoy. How to find out what would you enjoy? You look into your childhood. Always look into your childhood. Our childhood carries a lot of things. So look into your childhood and see what was interest above everything, above what your parents say, above what your friends were interested in. You were interested in this, like when all my friends were reading books about astronauts. I don't know, it was like such a fashionable thing at that time. I remember I was not interested in that. I was reading fairy tales. And I was already not that little. I was like 7 or 8, and I still were reading fairy tales because I believed there must be something beautiful, something imaginary, something different that I can achieve it. There was no books on energy at that time, so I was reading what I had. So something that you kind of even maybe for the society to be in kind of. See, you will find it. There's always, every single one I kind of worked on this particular subject will always find something. So start remembering childhood through pictures. Maybe you can talk to your parents. They would be happy to share with you, especially your mom. Moms usually, or whoever is feminine. If your father is more feminine, then your father would probably remember. Look where your moon is, and that's the moon is a huge indicator, huge, like really big, especially for women. 'Cause moon is our soul. You can't go against your soul, really. You cannot. You can fight it, but how long are you going to fight it? um, and then ask yourself if from your resourceful state, if you have everything that you need right now, if your most painful subject is closed right now. It depends. I'm not sure what your painful subject is. So if it's your if you like, if you want to buy a car and you've been working for the last 2 years to buy a new car, if you buy yourself this brand new car, what would you do? So you've said now everything is good. What would you do? What would you start doing? Like that. Ah, this sounds so great. I would love to organize an event for you. Let's do it. We can collect everybody, at least who lives around here. I'm not an organizer, as you all know. um, yes, do what you intuitively are guided towards that you enjoy. Yes, but remember that it has to be true enjoyment. Sometimes we take enjoyment, like when I said talked about languages. I always respected and admired my father. My father was like a hero for me. So when he said I will be good with languages, I put it in my mind. Till now, I think I'm enjoying languages, but I know that I'm enjoying the languages because he said I was good with languages, that I would be good with languages. So it's not really like I wouldn't be teaching language, and I did. I tutor languages. I do translation sometimes, but it's not what I enjoy. I'm good with it, yeah, but I'm not enjoying. Remember, when you're good, I don't like this good, this adjective good. Good means convenient. When you're good, that means that you're just convenient for something, convenient for this life, convenient for your current lifestyle, convenient for maybe your parents. Uh, Good is not exactly what you would go for. It's something that maybe you are not good at, but you're really like passionate about. But you've been passionate about it your whole life. So if you are right now passionate about flowers, so you decide to go in that and kind of buy yourself a flower shop. I mean, did you like flowers when we were little? Do you really like to kind of gather flowers and put them in arrangements? Yeah, you can buy a flower shop and sell it after. I have nothing against it. I mean, it could be a good business venture, but it wouldn't be exactly your calling. Maybe your calling is to change like businesses, to change different like, well, Gemini, no, like Aquarius, for example, or Sagittarius could be. Sagittarius moon would be good traveling blogger, or advertiser, travel even agent, or travel like advertise things that you're traveling. Um, Aquarius maybe. Aquarius would be good at switching roles very fast. Yeah, that could be, because Aquariuses are very inspiring to us mere like physical people. They are very very above. So if Gemini and Libra are above, Aquarius is like in their own world. So yeah, so Aquarius probably would be good. Like they can start a business. I have a friend. He has some Aquarius planets. I swear that guy. I mean, I don't know like where does he live. So sometimes when I feel like he's way above himself, kind of like that. Like he's so he has Moon in Aquarius. He has some other planets in Aquarius. He was telling me like about having a course maybe 7 years ago when there was no courses at all, and he was already at that time on that point. Right now he's talking to me about some stuff. I don't even know what it is yet, and he's like, this is something new, this will be super popular. He's like so passionate about it. So maybe this Aquarius, if you have Aquarius moon, you can kind of start the business and kind of resell it for somebody who's slow to catch up. Yeah, like that. Please share a book and energy that I can begin with. Oh my God, that's a good question. You see, I didn't start it with books at all. I started with master classes. I had mentors, and I started as a Reiki practitioner. I never really let me think on that. I will think, and I will put it in the comments under this dialogue. They're different. You see this. I will think about it, and I will let you know. Um, you can read any books with Chiron. There's a lot of like Chiron, um, somebody like an author talking to Chiron. A lot of those books are very energy oriented. There is a lot of light, but there are so many of them right now that I don't even know which one would. I read some of those, but I will think about that. So not to kind of waste time right now. Um, Love today's episode. Thank you so much for sharing. I have homework to do. Yes, everybody does. I do hope everybody will kind of will at least allow themselves to sometimes think about it. Sometimes like even allow these thoughts that there might be something bigger than just a career, something that could bring you not only money but also joy, maybe some kind of inner satisfaction that you are doing it. Maybe connect you to the people, like people, that would also be like when I became a Reiki practitioner and I started talking to people that were into energy. I felt like my world changed completely because my friends were all like me. They were all in finance. They were all very practical, very materialistic, kind of all into problems. And now I have these people that are not, that are maybe a little like above all this materialistic. And it was a little inspiring, encouraging, and refreshing kind of. So when you will start doing something that you like, you will also meet those kind of people, and those people will bring you to even other, like more people like that, and you will see that how your life will um, kind of change a little bit. Doesn't mean that I don't socialize with my other friends. I do, but it's good to have options when it comes to friends. So yeah, do allow yourself to think about this. Allow yourself to kind of to be a kid again and to see. Which is so funny. You're talking about flowers because recently I seem to be mesmerized by them and have an interest in learning flower arrangements. Look into your childhood. Maybe I don't remember where your moon is, but maybe you liked it. I mean, I love flowers, but I would never do flower arrangements. Um, Maybe I can do it once or twice, but that's it. Like I don't have that much imagination like that to fix up flowers. I would be bored, honestly. So, but again, everybody is different. I know people that love to arrange flowers. I don't know whether it's their calling, but I know that they enjoy it. I actually knew somebody who went into flower business and went out of flower business very fast when she realized that it's not really that much money, and flowers are a product that spoils very fast. And not sure why she really went into that, but so anyways, well, that's exactly what I'm saying, that sometimes if she would really truly enjoy the flowers, if she would really truly enjoy doing it, she would find a way. She would probably maybe make some kind of contracts with the restaurants and would provide them with arrangements. I mean, a lot of restaurants and cafes here just put this arrangement, so she could have found a way to stay in business if it would be truly her calling like that. All right, any more questions? Oh, and watch Breakfast at Tiffany's. Learn how to be vulnerable and in your own world. I would say she was feminine and a little, a little airy, not very grounded. Um, she would be water and earth. She would be perfect. Then she would know exactly what she wants. She would be light, but yet know what she wants. Anyways, but that's the movie. So next Thursday, I'll tell you what the topic will be. I should have actually looked, but okay. Oh, next Thursday we're going to talk about dominant feminine centers and how to develop them. It's actually perfect because I do energy alignments right now. I work on particular centers. So for everybody, you can also learn and work on your own centers. So this will be on Thursday at 7 p.m. Dominant feminine centers and how to develop them. And on Sunday we're going to talk about oils and stones. Finally, I told so many times that I'm going to do it, and I don't do it, and I don't do it. So it's going to be oils and stones um, on Sunday at 11 a.m. So what you can do? Give me just 1 second. Let me look. TikTok. No, just in English. Uh, I do, I do. You're right. I do talk too much with shoes. Mm. I'm just loving it. This TikTok. The comments. So what you want to do, go through your stones and oils that you like. I'm going to, so I will tell you about my stones. I will tell you about some stones, some oils, but there are more of them. So obviously I could not, if you're not going to be on the dialogue, you can send me what stones you want me to tell you about and what oils. And I will, because I could not cover them all, and I don't know what might interest you. So I will cover some of them, but and I will show you what stones I have, but I don't like, I wouldn't be able to speak. So not to miss on your stones, either prepare them or just have the list or send it to me so I can talk about them. The stones that you have, the oils that you have, the stones that you drawn, and the oils that you're drawn to. This is important because if you there's a reason why you're drawn to this particular stones, particular oils. I will show you what I have. I will tell you why I wear them, why I have them, even why I bought them, and I will share you what stones and oils are good for anything. As you know, I put them all in my candles, and like, by what principle do I go? Why do I use this stones and not these stones? Like why? Um, like why do it the way I did. So if you have stones, if you have oils that you really like, that you would want to learn more about, you can come and ask about this. So but this is going to be next Sunday at 11, and on Thursday it's going to be Dominant Feminine Centers and how to develop them. And I think that's it. If there are no more questions, you guys go and look for your calling. And I do hope everybody, if you have questions, ask. Obviously, I will help you with finding your purpose. It's important when everybody does what they want. It makes a better society. Not only makes a better society, more happy society, more pleasurable society. It benefits everybody. It benefits you. It benefits me. It's like, it benefits. So if you have your calling, if you're making money, if you're enjoying, then you are developing more, then you're working with me more. So it's just good for everybody. It's good for men around. Yeah, yes, NLP. I do use NLP a lot. I use NLP with my clients all the time. For those who don't know, NLP is neuro linguistic programming. I work with NLP all the time. And my favorite technique with NLP is whatever you don't like, you shrink to the side. Whatever you like, you make it bigger. So, for example, um, like you want to go to Miami Beach and you think there is traffic. So you imagine traffic in front of you, you shrink it to really, really tiny as you can, and put it to the side. And you would want something like sun, a sunny weather on Miami Beach. So you put the sun, you make it super big. This is like one. I always do it. Like if somebody annoys me, before I used to do it at work, if somebody would annoy me, I would shrink that person into the side. And then that person would want to kind of move out, but you couldn't because you do it with your intention. So there's no way. Really, like people can annoy us only if we allow them to annoy us. So only if we allow them that power. Once you will shrink them a couple times and put to the side, they already don't have that power. So they wouldn't bother you in real life. You will look at them like they're something small on your side. They're never so nothing can be ahead of you like this, like in front of you. um Ideally nothing should be so on the sides. But if you want something bigger, for example, you want a lot, you want $10 in lottery, you want it bigger, right? So you imagine that ticket and you just you imagine that winning the $10 and you imagine it bigger, you multiply it like bigger in front of you. So I do, but I do use a lot of techniques. If you want, I will make one day dialogue about NLP techniques, that we can talk on. uh look at you guys. I will answer this. Moon and Capricorn, one more. Moon and Capricorn you have. Oh my god. Oh, Capricorn is very I started with Capricorn, I will finish with Capricorn, I guess. um oh Right now is the Capricorn season. I hope your soul is ready to change. Moon in Capricorn is a very good controller, manager, a boss. Would be somebody good, somebody who can handle something big, like a big project. Won't be afraid of that. Is actually happy to do it. Um, Something Moon in Capricorn needs to have a big project, something big. It couldn't be something small. So a flower shop will not do. It has to be like a flower chain or maybe a regional flower chain or something like this. It has to be something big. And Moon in Capricorn is not about doing. It's more about delegating, more about organizing. Yeah, like that. That's interesting placement. But Moon in Capricorn can get very far, honestly, if they will learn how to delegate, how to trust and delegate. They can get very far. But it has to be something big, though. It has to be something uncomfortable, even something ambitious. So they would be, if you would want to work, you can work. Moon Capricorns could be good, um, like bosses, really, like a good manager could be. But they don't like to be managed. They like to manage, but they don't like to be managed, though. So they could be good with their own business. Really, I think that's what they strive. They strive to their soul wants to control, organize, want to uh, want to kind of want to be in charge, so to say. Like they like it. They like this stuff. So yeah, Moon in Capricorn. Anyways, remember Venus moved to Capricorn, so just be light. It's heavy energy now. Um, how do you overcome the fear? Wait. You can see to begin if it's not yet bringing money. Um, Good question. Oh my God, the question. My my pain. Um, you can't focus on money. You cannot. You have to have some kind of security for you, unless you have planets in fire or air, or in Earth. You need to have some kind of security in you. For me, thankfully, I had savings, so I was able to But even with my savings for the first year, I was like this, like I was doing, but I was still like I was not sure. Am I doing right? Am I not doing right? Am I going the right direction? Should I take this? Like I was making candles, I was doing consultations, but I was constantly doubting myself. Is it the right thing to do? Or maybe should I be more on TikTok? Or maybe should I do this? Or maybe should I organize events? Like I was constantly doubting myself. Right now I don't. I do what I do. If there would be like if there would be a chance to organize an event, I will organize an event. If TikTok will pick up, then maybe I'll be more on TikTok. So I don't know. The thing is, it's not even about the money. It's more about to be confident in yourself. You see, my issue, because I was not confident whether I'm doing it right or wrong, I was also worried about the money. But it was not really the money that I was mostly worried. I was mostly worried about, like, the security comes from the inside, and there was not that security. I was in a new place with a new career, with a completely new everything, my new schedule, my new routine, and I needed some kind of security. I started rewatching like an old series I used to watch just to keep me grounded a little bit. So yeah, but for the best results, I have some kind of savings, and start already now. You see, I started learning this all when I was still working. I became Reiki master. I was Reiki master and I still was working. So I was doing it already while I was working. I was even making candles while I was working. I was not selling them, but I was making them. So I was like, I knew what I had to do. I just didn't know how to position myself and how to make it um, like how to not burn out, how not to do and not never get nothing for it. So like that was my concern. But do have do feel, find some kind of security. Doesn't not necessarily mean that it's money. It might not be money. Some people think that it could be money. It's not. It's not. I knew people who started something without money, but they were so confident about themselves that it picked up like that, because they were sure that they're on the right path and they're doing right. Now, those people had a lot of energy of fire. I don't have that much to kind of to do in that way. So basically like that. So see, create the security inside of you. Create it inside first. Then obviously money is security outside. Create the security outside. If you're with the guy, if you live with the man, if you have a man in your life, then make sure that he can create the security. Because otherwise, if you will stop bringing money in and he's not creating security, you will start feeling guilty. And he will be projecting that guilt on you. He'll be saying, well, maybe you need to start working again or something like that. It's not him, it's you. You're feeling guilty. He will start projecting it on you. And you don't want this to happen, because your creation should come in pleasure, in happiness, kind of. So, yeah, like that. So, yeah, have some savings, I would say. That's and be 100% sure, 100% sure about yourself. Don't doubt yourself for a thing. I have a lot of energy of water, so I was doubting myself a lot, obviously. So the savings helped me. The saving helped me, but I could have survived without savings if I wouldn't be doubting myself. I know that for a fact. I know I could. When I stopped doubting myself, everything went much smoother. So if you know that this is exactly what you want to do, and you will be doing it for another 10, 15 years, you will be fine. You'll be fine. All right. I think that's it. Any more questions? If something, send it and we can talk about it next time on Thursday. I will answer before the dialogue. Meanwhile, look for your calling, and I will go. My my masculine energy is finishing. I have to switch roles right now. All right. Thank you, everybody who are here. Your questions are amazing. Again, without your questions, it won't be this nice dialogue, because again, I only have my view. If you won't give me ideas, my view will be just like this, a tunnel view. So your ideas making it more interesting. So thank you very much for sending questions when even not here but everywhere. And my email, I get the questions sometimes, so I do appreciate everybody who is asking. It's really like encourages me, and I wish everybody a wonderful Sunday. I talk to you on Thursday, and enjoy your Sunday. Bye, everyone.